to the promised land. Take me to the promised land. Oh.
You know who it is, you know who it be's. Hi, it's Monty here. Welcome back to my channel, Verseversa. I don't know why that hi was so awkward, but welcome back to my channel, Verseversa. Today, I'm showing you how I achieved these brows, how I went from this to this. And let's get started. Okay, so starting off, you need some kind of eyebrow brush. So I'm just gonna be brushing out my brows. So like this, it's already a bit neater. I hope I'm not blocking the thing too much. But anyways, all I did was brush my brows and they're a bit neater, meaning I can go in with the pencil now. Next, I'm going to be using just a regular pencil, a regular brown pencil. You can use an eyebrow pencil. You could probably use a lip pencil as well. Yes, I'm going in with a dark brown one. I find it easier than using powders and pomades and all that. So a nice sharpened pencil. So the things you will need: brow pencil, brow brush, concealer brush, a small buffing brush, maybe, and then finally some setting powder and a brush for the setting powder. You don't need too much, but you guys can just observe. Gonna fill in the middle a bit. To be honest, I could outline it first then fill in the middle, but you know. And you just want to do like light strokes. You're not even really filling this bit in, to be honest. I know I said you fill in the middle, but not really, just light strokes that mimic hair. My eyebrow formula is width times length equals shape. Not a mathematical one, but a makeup one. So yeah, those are two important things in my opinion. So the very middle, do upwards looking strokes. See, I like it when it looks like my eyebrows are a bit closer together than starting all the way out here and then finishing over here. It just looks too short, and since I already like a thick brow, it just doesn't make sense to me. So when you get to about 1/6 of the way, then you want to now start doing sideways strokes whilst outlining. You don't want the tail to be too thick. You want to try and make sure it's quite thin there. And if you mess up a bit, it's fine, because we're going to go in with concealer anyways. Upwards, middle sideways, then downwards. So up, side, down. Upside down, that's how you remember it when you're doing your eyebrows. Upside down, and just light strokes. That's very important. And like I said, bringing it closer together, because it just makes the proportions make more sense. Upside down, upside down. And see, that didn't even take too long. Like, probably took a bit longer because I was trying to explain it, but didn't take too long. So as you can see, this is what the eyebrows are looking like at the moment. A bit crazy, a bit mad, but we're gonna sort it out. Before I was using pencil, I was using powder, and before that I was using pencil, and I tried pomade briefly. So you can just work, you can work with any of them, but I think this is quite easy and beginner friendly. Now I got the brow brush that I used at the very beginning. You know why I kind of prefer this one? Because the bristles are a bit more sparse, so it doesn't remove what you've already done. It just blends it out a bit. I mean, it will remove a bit, but not as much as a denser brow brush like the one that comes with the pencil itself. This doesn't even need too much concealing. Like, if you were really in a rush, you could probably go out like this. It's not the neatest brow, like this one on the right. It's not the neatest, but it's not terrible. So I've kind of faded this bit now. As you can see, it's not too harsh. And once we conceal it, it will look even better. So moving on to the left brow. So you fade that bit out a bit. Fade out the middle. Brush it upwards. The same way you did it at the very beginning. Now brush it sideways. So you've done up, now you're doing side. Brush side. Already looking like it's getting there. And when you get to the arch, you now start brushing down and then down. So I think this brow is slightly better than this one, but it is what it is. At the moment, I think that's alright. It's not too bad. But I think I do need to make the tail of the brow a little bit longer, so I might do that. Okay, so going in with the brush again, and you just don't want to blend that bit out too much because otherwise you're going to remove all the products you just put on and that's a waste of time. Now it's time to conceal. I'm going to be using the Sleek Cream Contour Kit, but you could use any other cream concealer because that formula just works better for the brows than a liquid concealer. A liquid concealer is going to be harder to manipulate because it's so liquidy, the consistency is just going to be runny, but that works well under the eyes when you allow it to sit for a bit. So that's just a tip there. So you want a thick concealer. If you're going to use a liquid one, I'd suggest one with a bit of coverage to it because it's easier to work with. So this is the kind of brush that I'm going to be using to conceal. It's just a flat brush. I'd recommend using a slightly bigger one and maybe one with a round edge because those do work quite well, because when you get to the arch you want to be able to do that curve easily. That's why a rounded brush or a round edge brush will probably do a better job, but this is what I'm going to be using. These are the colours in this palette, and I'm going to be using this one here and this one for underneath the brow. So predominantly this one for above the brow, and you'll see that I don't always do from here to the arch so much. I'll do from the arch to the tail, a little bit of the middle of the face, not middle of the brow. I'm going to show you how to not do it as like a halo brow. And yeah, so let's start with the concealing process. Usually I do under the brow first, so I will be doing underneath the brow. And I actually do mix the lighter and darker lighter and darker colours. So I'm just going to, I've done that now, so I'm just going to apply it. As you can see, there's a lot of excess concealer because, like I said, you're using a thick concealer, there probably will be a bit of excess, so it's alright. And you don't want to conceal too much of that tail because otherwise you'll notice that the tail just gradually starts getting shorter and shorter and shorter until it's up here. So now we're going in with the darker shade that I showed you before, and we're gonna start around the top part of the arch. See what I did there? Just define this region, and I didn't really do anything here because that doesn't really need much done to it. And now we'll do this part as well, and we're not really gonna do a vertical line here because that's what makes your eyebrows look too perfect. Not even too perfect, it makes it look overdone. I mean, you can, but it doesn't work for me. So when I get here, just make sure that's nice and clean. So now I'm going to be using like a basic buffing brush, buffing or stippling brush, good for circular motions. So I'm going to be using that to get rid of all this excess product. But the rest of my makeup, apart from my eyebrows today, has actually turned out quite good, and I don't know if that has something to, sorry, I'm out of breath now because I had to go run and get a wipe to clean my hands because I made a blunder. Yeah, I feel like the rest of my makeup turned out pretty good today, and I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that I did my eyebrows. Whoa, these are eyebrows, these ain't eye twins, eyebrows. But yeah, I think it might have something to do with the fact that I've done my eyebrows after my foundation and face makeup today. And this is pretty much my eyebrows nearly done. It doesn't look over concealed in my opinion, but they look a bit harsh at the moment. To be honest, I kind of like them, like, just can't even lie, but I need to fade it out just a tiny bit now, and then we'll powder over the final product. Sometimes the only other thing that might make it look more natural, I know I've used this word natural so many times, these brows probably don't look natural at all. And I'm talking about natural. But conceal it at an angle so it doesn't look like a square. You understand what I'm saying? The very last part is putting the setting powder, and that just keeps your eyebrows matte throughout the day. Just dab off the excess a bit. Try not to be messy with it though. This is a transparent one. Setting powder here just keeps the concealer in its place. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I didn't really apply anything on my forehead because I knew I'd be doing this video. So if my makeup looks a bit like the colours ain't matching as well, then you know why. I've seen people apply translucent powder to their eyebrows as well, not just the concealed part, to avoid it to avoid oiliness. You can apply powder at the very beginning before you even start using your pencil on your brows, and that keeps it from getting oily as well. But yeah, as you can see, that's the brows done, and I'm happy with them. Glad to know that after all these years I have a brow routine that actually works for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, like, same thing, I just said the same thing twice, subscribe. Let me know what to film next. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm out of breath, but let me know what to film next, and I will see you in my next video. Signing out and signing off. I was about to drop the palette. What is this? What just happened? Eyebrow tutorial gone wrong. I was about to drop the palette and now there's concealer on my hand because I caught it. When your reflexes kick in at the wrong moment,